And what's going on, everyone? In this video we're going to talk about the 6 big factors that have helped me to improve my life and success. We're going to talk about life examples, tips, insights, plus share with you some really exciting news towards the end, so make sure you stick around. Let's get into it. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to a new video. If you're new and just joining, what's happening? My name is Benjamin Harden. I put up videos on all my personal experiences, and these often are within travel, self-development, and health and fitness. So if that's your kind of vibe, consider subscribing to the channel. I just want to say a massive, huge thank you, by the way, for all the new subs to the channel, all the continuous support that I've received from you all. It feels amazing to literally see this channel evolve and grow as it has over the last few weeks, months, years, and it just gives me more inspiration, more motivation to show up and to create more videos to help all of you. So recently I've been doing a lot of meditation and reflection, more specifically reflecting on my solo travels, not only just here in Australia but over the last 10 years of those sorts of travels. And it's come to make me realize 6 really big factors that have improved my success in life. And these factors are literally like, now I'm aware of them and now I know kind of what they do and the purpose that they have in my life. 100% felt inspired to build this video, to put them out to all of you guys, so that sharing them with you, this can hopefully help you succeed in your life. Let's jump into it. So moving on to the first one, which is inspiration. In order to have great ideas, in order to have great success in life, it certainly helps to find inspiration from reputable sources that have done what you are wanting to do or about to do or desire to do. This can help generate new ideas. It can help create new thoughts, create new ways of thinking, and create new ways of doing things. It can shape your worldview, your perspective, and kind of how you look at certain situations. I am a very big believer, though, on curating this inspiration to your specific needs, because then it's your own shaped perspective on that reality. When you try and test this inspiration, this information in your own life, then it becomes your own experience. It becomes your own trial and error. And that is certainly what I've done over the last 10 years. I've taken inspiration from different people, whether that's family, whether that's from friends, whether that's from online mentors, offline mentors, loads of different people that I've seen what they have done in their life, and I've wanted to go a similar path or follow a certain path, and I've just taken that information in order to serve my situation a bit better than not knowing that information. When I do need to find inspiration, I get specific. I find the goal, I find the aspiration, I find what is it that I need or that I'm chasing right now. Who has done this? Who has done something similar to this? Or who is the expert in this field? And then I'll go on a massive search. I'll literally look online, offline. I'll speak to a lot of different people. I'll learn about their experiences and I'll see if it aligns with my goals. One of my all-time favorite ways to find inspiration is to look for mentors online. And with this said, by the way, you don't have to meet them in order for them to be your mentor. You can literally go across the whole entire internet, look on the YouTube search, and just find people with similar interests or similar topics or similar education or experts in those fields, and you can just learn all their free content, all their information online, and become one of their students. To give you a bit of an idea on what sort of inspiration I use, here is a list of my mentors with their types of area of study and what they're really good at and how they've taught me these sort of topics. The first one, which is Ali Abdul, big huge YouTuber. He does like a productivity and those sorts of things. Second one would be Alex Mosey, business and offers. We've got Danko for personal brands. Matt Gray, which does founders and operating systems. And then another big one for me is Jay Shetty, which is mental health and relationships. Now, some of these fields basically overlap. Some would be business, some would be health, wealth, relationships, all of that. But I do find that I'm very specific with who I learn from because different people can teach me better. So with all these people through their podcasts, through their YouTube, through all of their media online, these are definitely the people that I've learned from the most with their teaching styles and the way they publish and put out their content. Moving on to the next one, which is personal development. Now this is a big one. Having the feeling of a forward motion. When I say that, I don't mean physically or kinetic. I mean the feeling of progress, feeling that you know that you're moving forward with your goals, that you are achieving, that you are generating success, that you are getting towards your dream reality, your dream vision of what you want your life to look like. So having something worth investing your time into, and I can definitely say that is true with personal development because it can affect so many different other areas of your life. For example, if you're allocating time to your personal development, that could be physical, that could be mental, emotional, spiritual, social. The amount of times that I have seen that doing gym 5 to 6 days a week, obviously not only is that improving my physique, my body, my mental health, but also I've seen that it's had major improvements with how I turn up as a manager in my beach club job, managerial job down the road. And so that's definitely allowed me to have more success professionally as well with those developments by dedicating that time to the personal development. And with personal development, I've seen the difference of living a life that you're not happy with versus living a life that you're excited to build and to grow and to show up to every day. I can 100% literally put my hand up with this one. With like over the year and a half ago, when I was literally so lost, I didn't know what job I wanted to go into, what industry I wanted to do here in Australia, didn't know what people I wanted in my life. My health and fitness was literally on the rocks, and I didn't know if starting that's going to be a good decision for me. And at the end of the day, I was like, no matter what it is, I've just got to invest that time into the personal development, because at least that's 1% every day. At least that's moving forward. At least we can build on this as time goes on, and we'll just see what happens. And also, just one last note on this is that every person's journey with their own developments is completely unique to them. It's completely their own journey, and they go at their own speeds. Some people go faster, some people go slower. Some people generate more body mass and more muscles. Some people will commit 4 days, where other people will commit 2 days to the gym. It's all dependent on what that person wants and how they want to go about that goal, how they want to go about that cause, and enjoying it, because then if you do enjoy it, you're going to last longer at it for the long term. You're going to want to keep showing up to it every day. And a massive huge thing with this is that with this whole personal development, I needed to create a habit in a way that it was enjoyable for me. I needed to train my mind to show all of the reasons, the whys behind literally why I'm doing this. And when I did that, it made it more consciously aware. It made myself align with it in a stronger way, and it made me show up to it 100% more and dedicated to it than I would have been beforehand. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is personal autonomy. Now, in my opinion, this one is in the elite category. This is the ability for the person to make his or her own choices. These decisions, these choices will be made by the person in according to their own rules, their own principles and values, and be free of external control or influence. And I'm going to give you a really big example of this, which is, for me, moving to Australia. Now, oh my god, this is literally such a big one. I did Europe, I did Southeast Asia. Those were choices I adhered to from friends, from family, from where they recommended to me. But Australia was always in here in here, like my heart, like that's a place that I've never really been to, that people have spoke about before. And full disclaimer, yes, 100% did speak to my family about it, like about moving to Australia, obviously with family and friends, because it's a big decision. You're going to be leaving for like long term for at least a year, and obviously you want to like manage expectations with that sort of thing. But it was always rooted deep beneath, like I was always very curious of like, I wonder what that country will be like for me. Like, what sort of opportunities could it provide? What sort of location could I live in? What sort of people could I meet, you know? And because it was so far away from my home country, from the UK, like literally the opposite side of the world, I was like, that sounds like such an admirable, noble task to tick off, you know? Such a good pursuit for the bucket list. And this just impacted even more so. This just concreted my decision after doing loads of research on it. This was like 100%, this is what I'm gonna do. And after I made that decision, after I booked them flights, I got the visa sorted, I felt so empowered, because I felt like this is 100% like literally my decision to do it. And so when you get your life in order and it's tailored completely to your needs and specifics, again, another full disclaimer, it's not there yet, but I'm definitely working on it. It feels very, very enriching. It feels good because everything that you've created that is unfolding around you, whether it's the time you spend on your work, whether it's the time you spend on your health, time you spend on your relationships, when you are able to tweak and tailor it to your own needs, and also be the full decider of whether you want to go and do that, whether you want to allocate time to this area or this one, then it becomes more suited and more tailored to you as a person. And so moving on to like having the ability to pick and design your lifestyle, your business, and your worldview, and how you show up in the world, to completely tailor that to your needs and desires, that is just completely going to be a unique life lived by you. And I think that is a flipping wonderful thing to achieve. Like, if anything, like if you are able to wake up in the morning and be like, I literally love my life, I have done everything I need to in order to design it the way I actually want. And obviously that will take a lot of trial and error, because obviously you don't know what you want until you try different things, and you know what you don't like and what you do like, and then obviously you can pick the one that you do. Obviously, yeah, it takes time and a lot of effort to get to that place. And so moving on to the next one, which is self-acceptance. This is another big one, and well, as I say, a bit of a tough pill to swallow for me, as the saying goes. Obviously, like, you probably know a bit of the story from like a year and a half ago, where I was literally starting my transformation. First starting off with a physical sense of getting back in the gym, doing my workouts, and then going to from personal developments to more like professional with managerial with my job here in Australia. But that first start of the journey, I had to accept everything that was at that time. For example, feeling very lost, feeling anxious, feeling anxiety, feeling depressed, feeling that my life is not what I want it to be right now. I need to take action on this every single day and make it better. And that self-acceptance in that moment, which I do remember very well, it was literally on my 30th birthday, April the 8th, in Burns Beach. I literally wrote a note on my phone of all of the message that I literally have it pinned on my notes of how I was feeling in that time at that moment. And that serves as such a intrinsic motivator for me to continue doing what I'm doing here in Australia and showing up to achieve great things, whether that's building this YouTube channel, whether that's becoming a better manager at work, whether that's becoming a great family member, as an uncle, as a son, as a brother, and all of the social connections of being a good friend as well. Like 100%, I knew that if I could accept what I was in that moment, then I had a good base and a good foundation to move forward with going on this journey with a clear mind and a sense of clarity for being able to become better every day. When I reflected on the past and accepted all of this, I saw my flaws for what they were, not just as bad things, but more so as opportunities to grow and evolve as a human. And with that shift in mindset, it just allowed me to target my goals, tasks, target my task towards those goals and just work on it every single day. And after this process of self-acceptance, I definitely opened up my mindset to new ways of growing, to educating myself, to becoming a better version of myself. And this massively had a knock-on effect with my relationship to myself. I'll be fully honest here, is that whenever I've ever done anything good, I've never really celebrated it massively or like done big huge gestures. Whenever I've done something bad, I always give myself a very, very hard time. Whereas if that was for somebody else, it would I literally wouldn't do that. I would congratulate them, I'd give them a big hug, I'd be like, yeah, you smashed it, well done. Or if they did something bad, I'd be like, well, you probably shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. We know where we went wrong. We can move forward. I got you covered. I'll help you as much as possible. Do you know what I mean? Like, the relationship with myself was a very different one to someone else who I would want to help. The self-acceptance in that definitely allowed me to see where I was going wrong with my relationship to myself. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is environmental mastery. I absolutely love this one. This is the capacity to manage one's life effectively and the surrounding world around them. As you may know, I've lived long-term across 10 or so different countries. I've immersed myself in all different kinds of environment, whether that be snow, sun, wind, rain. I've been in environments that are mountains, beaches, countryside, rolling hills. And so with all these different environments, I'm able to see the contrast and be able to manage my life that is able to bring the most amount of happiness, success, and achievement into that said life. Another example with this would be when I did move to Australia, I came here for the opportunities of being able to generate higher wages, which would contribute to long-term wealth. Also, like the networking abilities, like for a country I've never been to before, if I could move to that country, meet loads of people, connect and network with a lot of different people from different areas, those abilities widen the connections and generate like stronger friendships in a country that I've never been to before. And this then also contributes to improving my social circle of where I'm living, of my environment, of where I am, but then also my happiness to share that said life with good people that lift me up, share positivity and good energy and good vibes with each other, to do good things and great things together. And I've truly noticed that your environment plays such a crucial role in your goals, in your ambitions, in your aspirations, progress and achievement. And I can give you two big examples on this. The first one, which is going to the gym. I don't know about you, certainly with me, is that I am so much more motivated and more willing to put in more effort when I'm around other people that are doing the same thing. For example, going to Revo Fitness in Balcatta, or whichever gym here I go to, like at that time, going into the gym, seeing other people on a treadmill, running next to them, going onto the weights, smashing out some chest press, seeing people smashing 30. Okay, I'm gonna try 30, then I'm gonna push it to 32 kilograms. And it's not like you're in competition with these people, but it's that I love being around people that have got that ability and that strive for growth, that desire to improve themselves, the desire to become the best version of themselves. And that has definitely rubbed off on me through my whole transformation of when I first started in April of last year, 2023, to now. And I noticed that because I started the journey by myself. I was doing the workouts through running down the coast of Burns Beach. I was doing my HIIT workouts in the park. Then I started going to a gym, and it was a small one, so there wasn't that many people in there in Aluka Fitness. And now in Revo Fitness, there's a lot of people in there, especially if you go at 5 p.m. and it's like packed out. But I love that because it creates a feeling of community. Even if I'm not speaking to every single person in the gym, I still like being around those sorts of people because it pushes me to become better. My next example. Are you more willing to go to a place that you want to visit if you've got your friends to go with than if you were to go alone? Now, normally through my whole of my 20s, before I started solo travel, it was definitely going with friends, because like you want to share that experience with your good mates. I definitely did this in Southeast Asia. I 100% did this quite a lot through Europe and stuff. And you know, like that is all part of the human experience. It's all part of traveling. When I did solo traveling across the east coast of Australia, I went by myself, but then I met people that I absolutely vibed with, and I really enjoyed their company and their mindsets and what the activities they wanted to do, and it just heightened the trip so much more. And it was literally like one of the top highlights of doing that whole trip, is that we were able to do so many cool things together. And so your environment plays such a massive role on your progress, on your achievement, on your success, whether that's in gaining new travel experiences, or learning new skills, or advancing your education, or building your connections and your friendships and your network. Your environment of those sort of people that are in there, and kind of that whole sort of life situation, definitely plays a massive huge role towards those things. And so this leads me on to the last one, and it's one of my favorites. It is building strong relationships with other people. Now, over the last 10 years of this relocation, dedication to travel, etc., my friend circle have gone from like 20 to 15 to 10 to 5 to 3. And that is completely like okay. Like as you grow older, and obviously through your 20s to late 20s to your 30s, we have more commitments as adults. For example, like buying a house, getting a mortgage, having kids, getting married. Not technically exactly in that order, but because we all do it at different paces, at different times in our life, of course. But that's human evolution. That is the whole human experience of what we do here on the planet, on Earth. And over this time, your mindset, your values, your principles, they may change over time. The mindset and the person that I was when I was 20 or 25 or 26, 7, 8 is very different to the 31-year-old you now see here literally talking to you. And it's because I've been able to study, I've been able to grow, I've been able to see what I desire in my life and how that has changed over the years. And I do believe that having a strong relationship with good people that lift you up, that provide you with such good, strong, positive, enriching energy, is also such a big life factor that will contribute to your success and to your overall happiness in life. These friendships could also be for a variety of different reasons. They could be for leisure, for business, for suppliers, for networking, for family, for friends, and so a variety of different reasons. One of the big things that I've learned from Jay Shetty, speaking about him earlier on his podcast, is that people often come into your life for 3 reasons, and he says they'll come in for a reason, for a season, and for a lifetime. And I'm going to give you 3 examples of this. I'm going to definitely give you 3 examples. So for a reason, maybe they need something from you, or they need to ask you for advice, or they need to pick your brain on something. That's them coming to you for a reason. When they come in for a season, I can definitely compare this to like my work life. Like being at Hillary's Beach Club, being a manager there, for how long I am there, fortunately, for my progression and my developments and being in that industry, that social industry, that's for a season, because like it's for a longer period of time and it's that part of my life. And then for a lifetime, which is my family and which is some of my closest friends. Like my family's obviously been there from literally birth, and obviously my best mates, Josh and Chad. Like Josh has been with me since I was like in year 8, which I would have been like 16, 15, something like, no, even younger than that. It would have been like 14, 15. That's such a long time when you think about it. And even though we don't talk every single day, even though we have a WhatsApp chat and we catch up here and there, we still communicate and chat. And when we do catch up, when we do meet each other in person, it feels like nothing's changed. It feels like we're still our best mates. We're still like laugh the way that no one else can make us laugh, and we still chat about absolute stupid things, and that just gives you like the intrinsic like happiness feeling, like the, oh man, I missed you, you're a good bloke, awesome man, happy days. A really big belief that I've come to realize over the last year is that growing together is so much better than going at it alone. Not only have I seen this from the contrast of obviously through the physical fitness and the personal professional developments and that, but being able to share that whole journey, that whole experience with someone, not only supports, but it keeps you accountable, but it keeps you moving, and it keeps the whole journey just really enjoyable. As habits go, if you enjoy it and you want to more show up for it, then there's a stronger chance that you're going to keep it going. And that is definitely like compounding in terms of long-term benefits as well. And this is one of the main reasons to why I created BHX Tribe. This is a global online community that shares the same beliefs, shares the same passions, and shares the same desire for growth within that human experience, within their ability to reach their dream vision and make their dream reality come to fruition. And so to see why BHX exists and why we created this community and what it all stands for, I'll be sure to leave the link in the description box down below of our updated new website. I'll also put the link for the community group down there so you can have a look and see if you want to join. And this all brings us on to the end of yet another video. Just want to say again, massive thank you for sticking on through to the end. I hope you got some value out of this video. Go give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe for more content coming soon to this channel, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.